I thought about like lighting one of these and throwing it at you, but then I remember that Josh told me don't do that.
And I'm highly flammable.
These are not good.
There's so much hairspray on me.
Oh my god, if I lit you on fire. Imagine if I lit you on fire on the podcast.
That would probably do pretty well.
That would
I'm usually
actually
in for the jokes, but you know.
That would probably get us on the map if I lit you on fire. Holy shit!
Oh, how bad are we committed?
I don't think there's no way I could. Hi, welcome to Shot Time Podcast. We were just discussing. I'm Jade.
And I'm Courtney.
We were just discussing these fireworks my friend gave me. So I was at the bar and he walks up to me and he puts 3 of them in my hand and I'm like, oh dude, sick. I'm gonna light them in here and throw them. And he goes, no, you don't want to do that. I'm like, why? He goes, these are like little sticks of TNT. Like I got them from this guy I know. I was like,
some TNT.
And I was like, so what? Like if I held it, how much of my arm would it take off? He's like, it'd probably take off your whole hand. I'm like, are you fucking serious? That's scary.
And just keep it next to the bed.
Yeah.
That's safe there.
Fuck it, dude. It doesn't get that hot in here. It got cold fast, didn't it?
It got very cold fast.
Courtney walked in and it was fucking warm in this room. And then I turned the AC down by 2 and now it's like
an ice box.
It's nice. I love it. I love how drastic it can be.
Oh, air conditioning. Modern technology.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, modern technology.
First world.
So, I was also saying I've never had coffee before.
Yeah.
Ever. And Courtney brought me a pumpkin spice latte. I've never had coffee, let alone this. And everyone is crazy about this. And you know what? I'm a fan. It's good.
It's fucking delicious.
But I really don't want to get...
It's one of the joys of fall.
I don't want to get caffeine dependent.
Yeah, you already have too many
Because I don't...
dependencies.
Like I said, I rarely drink caffeine.
That's good, though.
Very rarely.
I wish I could say that.
I do Sprite. That's like the only soda I do. I really do water. Does Gatorade have... No. Gatorade, water, Sprite.
Tea?
I do tea. Green tea. Does
Tea
that have
has
caffeine?
a lot of caffeine.
Oh, really?
More caffeine than coffee.
Are you serious? Like green tea, like the Arizonas?
Mm-hmm.
No shit. Oh, I guess I do. I do a lot of caffeine then.
Yeah.
Huh. Those put me to sleep though. I usually drink like an Arizona green tea if I'm like about to go to bed. Does it really?
Yeah.
Damn, I have a problem. I also drink 1 beer if I want to go to bed. If I have more than 1 beer,
then it's party time.
Then it's party time. Yeah. 1 beer or 1 shot. It's like I don't know why it soothes me out. Oh, so I'm like really stoked about this because the next episode it's Halloween. It's a Halloween one. So we missed that week, the first week of this month. And if we didn't miss that first week, the next episode would have been episode 15, and that's our drinking episode. So that would have been our drinking episode, the episode where we dress up, and the episode where we answered fan questions.
Yeah. So
we're just gonna decide to do it on episode 14 this time.
Yeah.
Which technically it should be 15. We just missed one.
We just fucked up.
But chronologically it should be. And then we'll go back to the regular schedule of drinking episodes. But yeah, that's gonna be scary. And because fan questions take forever. They did, because last time I remember watching that video and it really did take up the whole episode, which is great. But I also want to tell scary stories. But I don't know if we'll have enough time.
We can end with scary stories.
With a scary story?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like scary stories. I used to fucking hate them. My friend's mom, I was staying the night at his house, and he loves them. He loved them before I did, but when I was little, I wasn't a big fan, and then I grew up and I started to love them. But they had that book that's now a movie, the Scary Stories Tell in the Dark. Boy, oh boy, did I was like covering my ears half the time she was reading, and she was a good storyteller. She would tell some scary shit. Do you have any scary stories that your parents told you? Because my dad has one that I'll share, but
no,
like a real life thing or just a scary story that told you and you remember it.
No, it's like we just had like trauma, like real life.
That
scary
counts.
Stories, you know.
That technically counts.
Yeah, no, we have a lot of those then.
Yikes. Existential. So my dad, he tells me this story all the time. We went when my sister was just born. She was like maybe like 1 or 2, and I was like 6 or 7. And we went to this lodge up in one of them, like I think Mount Charleston or something. And it's weird because I feel like that's too young to like really remember things, but just barely. But I remember this place like so vividly. Maybe it's just because of the story, and I saw pictures of it, and I was like, yeah, holy shit, like I remember that exactly. It's a creepy old like cylinder building. It's cylinder shaped, and it's like a hotel. So we were my mom, my dad, me, and my sister. And that's it. And the room we had was like the parents' bedroom. It was 2 rooms and then a little connector, so my sister and I could have one room, and then my parents the other room, right? So my dad and my mom wake up to my sister crying, and my mom gets up and does whatever she needs to do and puts her back to sleep. And then I woke up and I came over, and my dad says that I said I don't feel good, like I not like sick. He says like, I don't, no, my stomach. I don't feel good. I just didn't feel good. I don't remember that, but and then I went back to sleep, and so I don't know how much time passed, but my dad fell back asleep, and he woke up to someone standing next to him on bed. He was laying, someone standing next to him on the bed. And so he thought it was my mom. So he reached out and he tried to, like, hey, babe, come back to it. And he like couldn't reach her. Like it wasn't going through her, but he just like, it was right there, but he just couldn't.
Nothing, yeah.
And then he said that he turned and my mom was right there. And then he turned back and it was gone.
Oh, I can just imagine your dad's face.
Ooh, fuck that,
like,
dude.
Eyebrow, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah, it's funny. You can picture him like,
yeah. I'm gonna go back to bed and pretend like I didn't see that.
It's so weird because I like, it's just weird that I remember that place so vividly.
Yeah.
My mom thinks I'm like some sort of like medium. She thinks I have like spiritual potential.
Oh, I can see
She
that.
always tells me. And you know what? What I've had 3 times in my life where I'll be at Walmart. Or one time I was at Walmart. One time I was just I don't remember where I was the 3rd time. But I'll be walking or just minding my own fucking business, and some guy or girl will stop me and they'll go, "Whoa, you have some energy about you." 3 times.
Oh, I believe that.
And the first time, the guy at Walmart, he was like, "Yeah, dude, it's not good." And I was like,
No.
"Why would you just tell me? Like, that's like, what the fuck?" It was just freaky. It was freaky as fuck. I was like, I was trying shoes at Walmart. He was like shopping cart and and he like did that and like stopped. I was like, "You alright?"
That's funny.
It's freaky.
My mom has a story from when I was little that I guess I must have been like a little over 2, and I was in my crib, and my grandma made a whole bunch of crocheted blankets when she was alive, but she passed away before I got to meet her. So I guess I was sitting in my crib, and then my mom walks in, and I go, "Grandma made this," and she like looked at me and was like, "You don't know her. Like, how do you know that?"
Yeah.
And I guess I told her that she sits with me every night when she goes to bed. And then my mom called my grandpa, I guess, and was like, "You need to take Courtney because she's talking to ghosts."
So remember we were talking about how like bad ghosts and how I'm like scared of them regardless, just because it's a fucking ghost.
Yeah.
That would scare the shit out of me, even if like it was my.
But like, the thing that I feel like people don't.
Well, that was you. You said how old were you?
I guess a little over 2.
I see. At that age, I don't think you obviously didn't like understand exactly what was going on.
Well, I think also like, animals and children are a little bit more they can feel it a little bit more, because as humans we numb ourselves out.
Oh my god. Just like I'm imagining now.
I was like, did you get a brain freeze?
No, I'm just imagining now, because like that story, like I didn't feel good and I got up and I was like, fuck, dude, that ghost was probably standing over my bed. Like, it just freaks me out. Like, if I woke up and I just saw some fucking, like what my dad saw, but me.
Yeah.
I'm not my dad. My dad is one of those guys that we were talking about who he can get stabbed and he would just be like, not me. I'm going to the hospital, you know? And if I see a ghost, I'm not going to just like, I'm freaking the fuck out, dude.
Really?
Oh, I'm freaking out.
Oh.
Fuck no. Oh, no. No.
I feel like you kind of know though, but like with energy of people, you could feel like if there's a negative energy around you or a good one. There's a reason why like your own reflexes do what they do when you don't feel safe.
Yeah.
So like me already knowing it's my grandmother in the room, I'm sure it was a peaceful feeling instead of like there's this dead person sitting in the room with me, Mom. You know, like I'm sure. I don't know though. I was a baby.
I had. Ooh! I forgot about this story. Holy shit! I wish my sister was here. Okay, so growing up, me and her were both way older, and we were shared custody between my mom and my dad, and my dad was remarried, so he lived at her house, my stepmom's house, and for years, every night that I was at his house, I would hear. Okay, so let me try to map this out. So there was a hallway in our house that was like an L shape, right? So you walk into the hallway towards like the end of the L, and there was a master bedroom. And then you go down the L, and it was my room and my sister's room at the very end of the hallway. So, every night I was at the house for like months. I would hear what sounded like right outside my door, like someone walking, like at 2 a.m, someone walking up and down that L-shaped hallway in my dad's work boots. And it freaked me out, but I was too afraid to go check or see anything. But it was like right next to my door, dunk, 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 away from my door, dunk, dunk, down into the living room, dunk, dunk, dunk. 1 story, no stairs, dunk, 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 dunk. For like an hour sometimes, like a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the dogs were always in. We had 2 dogs, but they were always in my parents' room. And so for years, that just happened, and I eventually like started ignoring it. And we were at family, like a few years later after we moved out of that house and all sorts of stuff. We were at a family dinner, and my sister brought it up. And she was like, "Yeah, I remember this one time, when we lived at Jess's house, I kept hearing footsteps in the hallway." And I was like, "Raya, what?" Yeah, it sounded like Dad's work boots. And I was like, "Oh shit, dude!" I was just imagining it. It was fucking real, and we still don't know what the fuck it was. I wish I could like, just work boots. Like it literally just sounded like someone walking up and down in work boots. Oh, like right outside my room. What could that be? What could it be? Because I think there was like an explanation for it, but I just want it. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it was like the fan ticking.
No, but what would give it that like going into the living room and then coming back out?
In ghosts. You don't.
That's fucking terrifying. I mean, I believe in ghosts too, but that's fucking scary.
I don't think it's scary though. I think if we embrace it, it could be fun. You know. Oh, it's my. Sorry, that scared me. That scared me. I know what we heard some thumping just now. It's that was cool.
One of my dogs when he always scratches himself next to a wall for some reason. So dum, he'll hit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shaking the house.
Yeah, every single time. He does everything at a wall. Like he never just does anything in the middle of a room.
Maybe he's clumsy.
He has to be at a wall to do something. Speaking of which, holy fuck, so I have a German, a pit bull, and a husky, and the pit bull's usually up here with me when I'm sleeping, and the husky is in one of my roommates' room, and the German's in the other one, usually at night. But we all let them out at different times to go shit or whatever, they complain or go drink water. And so the husky was down there. I got home from a graveyard, and I got home, and all 3 of them were downstairs, and they're super stoked, and they're happy and whatever. And so I go here, and I go to bed. I got like 2 hours of sleep, and my roommate starts like frantically knocking at my door, and she's like, can you come out here? And I go out there, and the German Shepherd had diarrhea shit. Like, there was almost nowhere to walk down there. And you see my living room. It's at that big Holwood area. There was almost nowhere. Like, you had to, like, really watch your step. Dude,
baby.
He exploded in there, and he was throwing up.
Poor baby.
That
Did you guys take him to the vet?
Yeah, because, I was like, oh, God damn, the smell. Oh, because he was throwing up, too. But yeah, I was freaked the fuck out. I walked down there and I was like, "Oh shit, what's up?" Because Roach was up here with me, so it wasn't Roach. And then Halo was like doing fine, so it wasn't Halo, the husky. But Drake was kind of like definitely weird. And then he threw up in front of me.
Oh.
So I was like, okay, well, it's obviously him. But I was freaking the fuck out. I walked down and I looked at him. I was like, hey, bud. And he got on his side and he started like frothing. Like, you know when you like, you know, a throw up's coming and your mouth kind of salivates more. Yeah. That's what was happening to him. And I was like, okay, well, let's fucking go right now. And he ended up just having a little tummy ache. Like, well, not a little one. It was a big tummy ache.
Oh, wonder what he got into.
I don't know. Dogs are. I didn't know that.
Dogs are freaking scavengers, man.
I know. Fucking that husky is so smart. So I don't know if you've noticed our trash can. We used to have just a regular one, and then we got the motion sensor one, and she figured out. So she wipes her nose and it fucking it opens. So we had to turn it around, and she's still like. And she would fucking get it to open. So then we started putting a pot on it for a little bit, and she stopped. But we were like, we can't just keep putting this pot on here. We gotta like, cause she'll knock it off eventually.
Yeah.
And then we still don't know what to do. Like she's calmed down with it, but she still does it from time to time.
Put the trash can underneath the sink.
It's a big one. It's not gonna fit. That's annoying. I don't know why. Like having to. Okay, well, it's annoying because. I just don't. That's like an extra step to throw away trash for me, and it's just like ugh. But it's also annoying because some of our cabinets, they really stick. Like when there's no real handles on them, so trying to get them open is a nightmare sometimes. It's just
nightmare.
It's way more steps than it has to be. Oh fuck.
Speaking of nightmares, my life is coming full circle. Thanks to this podcast.
Wait, what?
Everything I talk about here, it just happens to pop up in real life. I don't know if it's happening to you. It's happening to me. Remember how, like, I shared that story of the getting tied up and having to escape?
Uh-oh. Did that really happen? Again?
No.
Didn't it already happen? It did happen.
It happened. Yeah. That was years ago. Mm-hmm. Thought we were over that, you know. I shared the story. It's funny now, right? Ha ha ha. Mm-hmm. Well, remember how I shared that story? How I asked that cute boy out for ice cream? Mm-hmm. Want to know how those stories are about to connect for me?
What happened?
Oh, so I'm working a gig, and I found out the dude that tied me up is gonna be my boss.
Yep.
And guess who his boss is? His boss is the cute boy that I asked out for ice cream.
Wow. Holy shit. Yeah. What a small world. So isn't that crazy?
Small.
That's insane. That's fucking insane.
I'm like, what's the chances that I just talked about these two things and now I'm like,
shit like that is so weird.
It's gonna be like high school for a whole fucking weekend.
It's like that thing where like you say like, oh, I haven't seen a Hummer in a while, and then all of a sudden you see fucking Hummers everywhere. That shit's weird. Mm-hmm. That's just weird.
Oh my gosh.
I hate it because ever since I heard that, like, the Hummer thing, things that freak me out, like I'll start thinking about something. And it'll freak me out once. I'm like, nah. And then I'll start fucking seeing it everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Like the number thing, like when people see numbers.
That's what's going on with me right now.
Yeah.
Every time I look at the clock, it's like 222, 333. So where if I ask somebody, it's the same.
It's weird.
And then it's freaking me out to where like, am I gonna die soon? You know?
Right?
Is this the world telling me like, bitch, watch out for buses?
I constantly look out for little signs that I'm about to die.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, fuck. So I was telling Stevie about it, and Stevie's like, no, you're tripping. But now, every time I ask him...
What time is it?
I don't even fucking want to know.
Oh, you're in luck. I thought it was going to be... I was like, fuck, we'll get her.
That freaked me out. I'm like, well, I need a personal driver now because I'm not driving myself.
You think it would have to do something with you driving, though? That's
I
probably the most likely
way I'm going to probably die. Like, if I haven't died from all the shenanigans I've gotten into, it's probably going to be real dumb.
What do you think is the most likely way people die? Besides natural causes.
Probably car accidents.
Yeah?
I don't know.
What's the least likely way? The most least?
Mermaids.
The least rational way that people die. I know my irrational fears, okay? Oh god, yeah, no, I looked when we were done with that last podcast, I looked up some shit about mermaids and it just freaked me out more. But Least rational, likely way to die
Um.
in the world. What's like something only one person has died from?
I'm sure there's tons of things. Isn't there a
I know
show about that? Like.
No, but I mean like, yeah, the 1,000 Ways to Die show. I mean like, yeah, I guess so, huh? I guess that was a bunch of ways. That sucks. Imagine having a fucking, like, a specific death that no one else. Actually, that's kind of cool.
That is kind of.
That is kind of cool. Never mind. I was dating a girl who was like, she was like, oh, I want to die. I want to get eaten by sharks. I was like, excuse me? I want to die peacefully in my bed with a fucking, like, with some pumpkin spice lattes next to me. Like,
Snack
I want to get
night.
eaten by sharks? That's crazy. No. Oh my god, that'd be terrifying.
I would either like dying because he like came too hard.
That's happened. There was.
I know.
Yeah.
Or something like crazy.
How would I want to die? Besides, like, if I were to die in an extravagant way. Shit, I don't know. I was like, maybe launch into space. That'd be cool.
Yeah. It'd be
I'd want
cool
something quick, but I'd want something like with a lot of pizzazz, you know? Something fast that's like everyone's like, wow, that was fucking cool when it's over with.
See, like, I'm way more into my funeral. My funeral is so planned out that I'm like, this is gonna be.
I actually want to be stuffed.
The most. Dude.
What do you mean? Yes, I
Actually,
legitimately want to be stuffed.
That's what I do too.
That would be.
I have two different ideas. It just depends how I go out.
Tell me.
If I go out whole, then
If I don't get blown to bits.
then I want to be stuffed. But if I get chopped up in pieces, then it's gonna be a scavenger hunt. And there is an epic joke from me myself after that it's gonna be so beautiful to all my friends that I'm gonna be like, nanner. But I can't tell anybody about it.
Okay, if you were stuffed, who would you give yourself? Who would you want to keep your body?
I have.
Who do you think
like,
would keep your body?
So planned out.
Who would keep it? Who would have it?
Well, first I would probably like auction off some sex to the weirdos with my stuffed body.
Making money in the grave, huh?
Well, that's to cover for my funeral costs. This is like not gonna be cheap at all.
Oh, God,
This is like every party I've ever had come down to the last moment.
It pains me that I know people that would pay for that.
I know too. Well, like I'd give my exes like
no
seniority if they want to just try it out once.
Give
they
them
can
seniority.
hit it first. But after
You guys can let me down one last time.
After that, free game, dude.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, and then I want to open bar tab for all my friends.
From the grave?
Yes, this
They're like
is my
doing
funeral.
shots with your taxidermied body.
Yeah, dude, you know my friends would.
You gotta
You
gotta have them stuff you with your hand like in the shape of a shot glass so you can still like hold one. You're just dead in the bar, like sitting there.
Man, I want to tell you my epic joke, but I don't want to.
I was like, should I ask? But I also want to just wait till you die so I can hear it.
Right? You know what? I should just tell you only off air.
Okay.
So if I do
Yeah.
die, you're the only person
I
that
do wanna know.
knows, and then you can be the one that helps me with it because I'm gonna need a little help.
All right. Okay. Dolls freak me out.
Dolls.
If you haven't noticed so far, a lot of things freak me out.
Yeah.
But dolls freak me out also. How do you feel about sex dolls?
I'm so into that idea.
Okay, how do you feel about child-sized sex dolls? They look like women, but they're child-sized.
It's a little weird.
It's a little weird, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you were fucking there for the one we had at the bar, and they fucking put my name on it.
Hey, I was there in the house full of all of them. I was laying in the bed with
freaky.
them.
There's 2 games where the dolls, like mannequins freak me the fuck out, dolls freak me out because of these. Mm-hmm. You're like walking around in this house in the game, and then you go into like a mannequin warehouse or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know, it's like a mannequin something, and every time you go into a different room, the mannequins move, and they're coming after you almost, and that scarred me. And I I would love a haunted house like that. Like when people dress up in those
that
body
would be
suits.
fun.
I hate that. I almost swing at those people. Like I fucking can't. If they scare
But that
me,
would be
I
cool
will.
to do like
In a mannequin
super
house?
super hot girl, fucking get tons of them. All the girls fucking some mannequins, some dead looking, and then just fucking
That would be
cool.
a great. I'm sure it's out there, but a great haunted house idea. Just dress a bunch of people in those morph suits and have them like stand, and then have like real mannequins so that it blends in. But have like when they're not looking, like have these people move. Oh, that'd be.
I wonder if Mannequin World would like let me have a pop up party over there.
That would be a great fucking. Nobody fucking take that idea. I want to do that now. I swear to God, that's a great idea. I'm sure it's been done. I'm sure, but It's so funny how much how many things I'm afraid of, but how many scary things I'm willing to do. Like roller coaster heights and roller coasters. Heights, like just like going on the stratosphere. That's a little different. I'm still working myself up to going to that. But I used to be terrified of roller coasters, and I'm okay with that now. And I used to say hell no to fucking haunted houses, and I love those now. And over time, I've gradually shed my pussy hair, and I just started doing these scary things for fun.
Yeah, I think I'm like.
I know
just
some
like
people.
To do scary things for fun.
I know
I'm
some
trying
people
to learn
who
the
just-
other side.
Yeah, I just.
I'm
I
trying
don't
to
know.
learn normal fun.
What the fuck does that mean?
Right?
No,
Pumpkin spice lattes. Normal fun.
I'm feeling a little something.
Yeah, it's fall.
Literally my first coffee ever. Like my first full coffee.
I'm gonna tell you, you don't need pre-workout. You're gonna be good.
Yeah, if I fucking now I can tell if I do pre-workout after this, I'm gonna have a heart attack. You ever see that video of that guy who drank like a fuck ton of Red Bulls? I don't know how many, but he drank a fuck ton, and there's a video of him in the hospital, and his whole chest is just oh god damn. I hate blisters. Blisters are probably my least favorite, or none of them are my favorite, but like the worst skin whatever you call it, like skin something you can get.
Yeah.
Like I love scabs. I love scabs.
You like to pick
I love
scabs?
picking scabs. Fuck me. I like pimples. I like popping my
I
pimples.
love popping pimples.
Blisters. No. Nope.
See, nothing like that shit freaks me out.
Oh,
Like,
fuck.
if it's gross, I'm into it.
I went to a bonfire this one time, and this guy was hopping over it, like all drunk dude. I feel like every drunk guy has hopped a bonfire.
I
feel
think
like
I've been that drunk
there is
guy
not-
that's on a bonfire.
and some girl. I feel like there's not one man out there who has been to a bonfire and drunk and not hopped over it. But this one guy, he kept doing it all night, and eventually it didn't go so well, and he fucking fell into it and it catched himself. He put his hand, it just this part was peeling off, like you could fucking flip it like a page of a book. Oh god, it was the grossest, and all this pus because all the blister, and that's the worst. And because before it like puffed up to its full potential, you could see like it was like a flab, and then it started filling up like a water balloon. Yucky.
One time on Thanksgiving, I had like a rager Thanksgiving where I invited like all of my friends. So I spent 3 days cooking. So by the time Thanksgiving actually was, like, I've snacked for 3 days to where I'm like, fuck this food. I'm getting hammered with my friends. So people are just still eating, and I have a bottle of Fireball in my hand and a shaker, and I'm just literally pounding it. I am so hammered that we go in the backyard, and we have a fire pit. I dropped my phone in the fire pit, and I reached my hand in, and I grabbed it. But somehow, I didn't get burnt at all.
Yeah. Fire doesn't scare me at all.
Oh, I love fire.
I'm a huge pyromaniac, actually.
Yeah, I'm a fuck.
I love just burning things.
My favorite song is called Arsonist Lullaby.
Wow, edgy. But yeah, I've never severely burnt myself though, so I'm not in.
Well, I know not to. You should know better not to.
Right.
You
right.
know?
I was gonna say I'm not
But
an
I've
idiot,
been
but
hammered.
that's not. You don't have to be an idiot to get
reflexes
burned.
are a little bit slower sometimes than I'd like.
There are times when I should have lit on fire. At another bonfire we were at, there was a whole couch that's like a whole like recliner couch that someone brought and threw on the fire, and there's a picture of me sitting on it in the fire. It's like in flames, and I'm like, just with all these flames next to me, and I surprisingly enough didn't get engulfed. So maybe my non-fear of fire is from my lack of being incinerated thus far. I think it's an if, or not a if it happens. It's a when it happens, like a car crash.
Yeah, see, that's kind of how I feel about just cars.
I'm gonna get burned. I've touched hot pots and shit.
Oh yeah, no, I have no feeling in my hands anymore because I've burnt them so many times.
I'm more afraid of
From
really
cooking.
hot metal than I am of fire itself.
Yeah.
Because I used to be a mechanic and I worked underneath the cars in the pit, and oh my god, one of the shops I worked at, the pit was like, if you were to stand straight up in it, the ceiling of it was to my lower or my upper abdomen. So I really had to we had a rolly chair down there, but sometimes I had to get on my feet and do stuff. So I really had to crouch down, and I think that job had a lot to do with my current back problems. But people especially during the summer, they think it's a great idea to drive straight from California over here, so the car is fucking steaming hot, and then come in for an oil change or something.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude. There was one time I was just fucking trying to get, I was the day was almost over. I was trying to get this fucking car done. I was angry, and it was hot, and I was just irritated. And I was trying to see something, and I stood up, and the guy's exhaust pipe right on my forehead. And I heard my skin sizzled. It was fuck! And I'm down the pit. Shit! Fuck! Screaming at the, and I came up. I had a big old blister on my forehead.
In the kitchen one time, the thing above the stove, the top broiler, it's called a salamander. Well,
What is it?
A salamander.
What was it again though?
It's a top broil. So say if you're gonna melt melt mozzarella cheese on top of a big ziti, then it'd go up there to make it crispy.
Yummy.
Well, I'm working the grill, and I'm taller than most kitchens are set up. You know.
Yeah, you are tall.
So I leaned my forehead in, and I burnt my whole, a straight line, perfectly straight, right across my forehead, to where I normally, have my basketball cap on. I couldn't even wear it because it was, so perfectly cutting into this thing. I was like, oh, it was the worst fucking boo-boo I've gotten in forever.
I don't know what, but there was a point in time where you see these 3 lines. Do I have them right now?
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing with my head, but there was a week where it was I was doing something with my head where those 3 lines were constantly there. So whenever I put my face back down to resting or this, I would have a permanent
Those are called wrinkles.
No, but it was red, not just wrinkles. It was because my it looked like that. But I don't, and that hasn't happened since. I was why was it like that? Was my skin
Maybe it's because you're sleeping that way.
But it was all day, it wouldn't go away.
Face
I was tripping. Okay, so you were gonna say baseball cap just now, and then you switched it to basketball cap.
Did I?
Yeah, you were gonna say, and then you switched it to basketball.
I don't know.
What's the difference? Why is a baseball cap a baseball? Why isn't it just a hat or a cap?
I don't know.
And what's the difference between a baseball cap and a basketball cap?
I didn't realize I did that.
Is there a football cap? Perhaps a hockey cap?
I guess if it had a hockey thing on the back.
I guess, huh? It's just my hockey cap, baseball cap. I've never heard anyone call it a basketball cap. You threw me off with that because you were going to say baseball. And I was like, basketball cap? A football cap. Yeah, why is baseball cap
I don't know. I just decided to switch it up.
Do some research on that.
Yeah, right? Maybe they're the ones that started that shape of the hat.
You think? Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what? Maybe. Chuck, do your thing. You're really good
Right,
at
yeah.
You commented all our stuff. Yeah, let us know that one. I think that's it though. I think you got that. Because before they wore what they call bowler caps, the round hat with the round top.
Mm-hmm.
Top hats, bowler caps, or nothing. I miss the way people used to dress.
Why do you miss it? Just do it yourself.
Well, I wish it was like I wish everyone dressed that way again.
No, just fucking start it.
Well, I mean, I could, I will, but like, I don't know. I just wish it was like a thing. I feel like I really, really, really like hate what some people wear.
I feel like,
and it's not. I'm not gonna
like fashion's one of my favorite things in the world. Like when I get to like dress up and go out, I'm like, ooh, I get to have a look.
Nothing embarrasses me more than the fact that I sagged my pants for 6 years through junior high and half of high school.
Yeah. But that's not as bad as like some of the girl trends, like I've gone through some weird ass trends with my own fucking looks.
What's the worst girl trend you went through?
I did the whole like shave off your eyebrows and like chola, draw them on, and like I went through a chola stage hard.
Chola?
Yeah.
Elbows back, side to side.
Oh, like to the point where like I would have airbrush shirts, my fucking laces would match all of my airbrushing.
Which one did I hate? I don't think I really did many. I did straighten my hair for a little while. When I had really long hair, I straightened it for a little bit.
I've learned to like take all, like I still love that look, but now I like try to throw it into my like everyday.
Right, you should have.
Like adult it a little bit,
Yeah, I think sagging's like the only one I'm really embarrassed about.
Yeah. Yeah, mine was just the eyebrows. The eyebrows were just.
Other than that, I never did anything like. I used to wear a lot of bracelets. Nah, that doesn't bug me. I used to wear a ring on every finger. In
really?
My freshman year of high school, I wore a ring on every single finger.
That's funny. I used to do those like crazy fucking nails with the like hangy shit and the like that would cost like $100.
That's ridiculous. I can't believe how much girls pay for some shit like that. Sometimes.
I would never do that now.
Unbelievable.
Like, what's crazy? Oh, and this is a good, since you're a dude, you're a good person to talk to about it. So I don't get my nails done. I just clip them. I keep them clean. I don't want fake nails. I have to work with my hands a lot, and I have to do shit. Yeah. So I would like them to be able to do shit.
Right.
But I have a lot of guys ask me why I don't get my nails done. I'm like, you just don't get your nails done? Why wouldn't you get your nails done? Or like make comments
mad at you
about
for
it. Yeah, or like you're too pretty to like not have your nails done. And I'm like, is he just being rude or
that's so dumb?
Is this a thing that like guys are actually paying attention to? Do you pay attention to a girl's nails?
Okay. Yes and no. I'm trying to think like specifics right now. So there's this girl I dated, and she always has like some extravagant shit in her nails.
Yeah.
She usually gets like the Talon ones. Now those have some cool application to them. Those like are great for back scratches. Yeah. Some other sexual things that are cool. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I don't really see a point in them. I just don't. It makes everything harder.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah. And then I know girls who don't do any of that shit, and they just upkeep their nails, and that they keep them like mine. And that's fine. I don't know. I just don't see the point of getting your nails done like that, like crazy, like that. Like I had an Uber Eats girl, an old lady, drop off my food one time. She got out of the car. Because she got lost, and so I called her, and she sounded crazy on the phone. So I was like, okay. And she sounded old, and she was. I'm like, all right, this chick's a little loony. I'll give her a. So she gets out of her car, and she hands me my food, and her nails were fucking like she was growing them for her entire life. Yeah, all of them. I was like, no wonder you got fucking lost. You can't fucking see past those things. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's gross.
And she probably like that's why. Whoa.
I don't know.
And for someone to get mad at you for not I mean, it might be a fetish thing.
But nails, really?
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
There's gonna be a lot of chances I haven't shaved my legs, so if nails are a thing, like wrong, like,
I'm concerned more with how a girl's feet look than I am with how her nails look, with how her hands look. Yeah, I don't know why. I never thought about that. Just feet just need to look, because I think because feet can smell. So like, if they look gross, I'm assuming they're gonna smell gross. And hands, I don't think that. I don't think if they look gross that they're gonna smell. I don't smell hands. Feet can fucking really fucking stink, and so I associate the smell with the sight I think that's why it matters to me more than it does hands.
That's interesting.
Also because my own feet can really fucking stink sometimes, and so my feet are gross. I hate them.
So you're just judging other people off of your
off my own insecurities, you know.
Yeah, great.
I don't care anymore. Like, I'm barefoot right now, but I used to fucking hate my fucking feet because my foot, actually specifically, I think I was supposed to have another toe. I don't know if you can see it from over there. Do you see that? Do you see that, like, bump?
Yeah.
I've had that since a little kid. It doesn't hurt. It's actually deflated since I last checked it, which is fucking weird. But it was...
Maybe you stubbed it as a baby.
No, I mean...
Your bones are more
I feel like
because
because when I was little, me and my mom were like, what the fuck is that? Like, we still don't know. I've come to the conclusion that I think I was supposed to have a sixth toe.
That'd be so much
fun. Oh my god. I know someone who had 6 toes on one foot and another person who had 3 nipples.
Oh, really?
Guys, both guys.
Oh, shit. Yeah. That's cool.
Oh, but his nipple was right here. The other one.
Oh,
so
really?
These two, and then there was one right.
Oh. But did it still have the same feeling?
I don't remember. I didn't have. He was like, guys, look at that. We're all stupid, like we were like young.
Man, you need to ask questions. Do you still know him?
I don't know. I don't even remember.
I want to see if I could.
I don't even remember who it was.
I just third nipple.
We were hanging out at his house. Me and my friend Joey. It was Joey's friend, and I have no fucking idea who it was.
Oh.
I can't remember. Long time ago. Did you grow up here?
Mhm.
Where'd you grow up?
Kind of everywhere in town.
I mainly stayed in in Henderson, and then I lived in Red Rock for a while, which is
like up in Summerlin.
Holy fuck, yeah. And I
lived over there for a little bit.
Oh my god, that was a nightmare because my mom didn't want to switch me schools, so I was still going to the school in Henderson. For those of you who, if you aren't listening or you aren't listening from here, Henderson is south. Southeast, and then Summerlin is northwest, like as far spectrum of diagonal line as you can get from each other. So she didn't want to take me out of my school in Henderson, even though we lived in fucking Red Rock. I don't remember why. I think it has something to do with my friends and whatnot, because apparently, like, it's bad at that age. You just gotta stick with your friend group, which is cool. But I had to wake up at school started at 8, and I had to wake up at fucking 5 in the morning to get ready for school, and my mom had to get ready and whatever too, and because I think she went to work, and she drove my ass 40 minutes from Red Rock to my school, Bartlett, 5 days a week.
Oh shit!
Why? We had what's worse is we had a school next door to us in Red Rock.
Yeah.
I appreciate what she did, but Jesus.
Yeah.
Ugh, I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, "Now you're fucking switching. Walk to school." My dad would have done. If I was living with my dad at the time, he would have done that. He would like, "No, fuck that. You're you're walking next door." Like,
I hung out in like the Spring Valley area for like most of my teens.
I was a little suburb white boy, skating around on my longboard.
I used to hang out with like cholos and.
God, I have some friends, and this is so embarrassing, and I love them, but God, I hate it. I hate hanging out with them for this reason. We all grew up in Henderson. Henderson is very suburb, middle class white people, right?
Yeah.
One of them's from Detroit. He was born in Detroit, but he moved here when he was obviously very fucking little because we went to elementary school together. The other one is Hawaiian, but I don't think he ever really lived in Hawaii like very long. But the one from Detroit has that like pseudo suburban gangster, like he always like, "Hey, blood," he's like a white kid, "No blood, crib." That's so fucking embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
It really, and I know a few people like that, and I can't fucking stand it.
Like that.
I can't stand that.
I can't understand a lot of it. I think it's glorifying something that people just don't even understand.
Right.
And like if you don't see it firsthand, then it's
Right.
like it's so I don't know. It literally blows my mind.
It's one of those things where like it's really you really want to I don't know how to explain it. Like he wants to do it. It's like we play, for an example, you play a lot of Call of Duty and you're like, oh, this is cool, war is cool, and then you actually get to fucking war and you're like,
yeah,
okay, like this isn't that cool, right?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Like watching firsthand, like low levels of society and the culture that comes around the city not putting money in certain areas and the grocery stores not even having the same type of foods than they do in the suburbs. There's so many less options that lower incomes aren't getting. So to glorify something that you don't even understand on a level of having to protect yourself for food or just to understand where you're going to be for the night,
right,
or anything on that level is irritating to me. Like it fires me up.
Yeah.
Like why are you going to act hard? Like are you fucking hard?
And that's the thing. I one of these people that I know, I brought them to a party once, knowing we didn't talk for a while, and then we caught back up again. And I was like, oh hey man, I haven't seen you in a while. There's this thing I'm going to when house parties were still a thing, and there's this thing I'm going to. You want to come with? He's the only friend I brought, right? So like, as your friend, I would hope that you would act not embarrassing.
Yeah.
At something I brought you to. That
Yeah.
I had to tell my friends at the house that I was like, oh yeah, I'm bringing my one friend. So I would hope that like, you know, the person I bring isn't fucking embarrassing. So the night's fine, this party or whatever, and I can kind of tell that he was like kind of machoing it up a little bit. He's cool, but there were some points in the night where I was like really like stressed. I was like, I hope he doesn't do anything fucking embarrassing.
Or you gotta watch your friend the whole night so you can't have real fun.
Yeah, so I'm out in the backyard and he was inside with everyone else playing some beer pong, and I walked in right when it happened. Some guy, there's a group of people leaving, and one of the guys, it's a crowded house. It's a packed, crowded house, right? It's a party, and one of the guys bumps into him like a little bit, trying to get past him, and my friend turns around and, what's up, blood? And I was like, oh, fuck, dude. I was like, oh, God. The second he said, what's up, blood? I was like, fuck it. Like, that's already embarrassing. Like, just... And then the other guy, who actually looked like he was affiliated some shit, I was like, so I ran over, and it was one of those things where, like, all those people were watching, and he was like, my friend was like going way too fucking far. Took his shirt off, and I was like, dude, stop, like seriously. And the other guy was like, all right, come outside, let's handle it then. And my friend was like, oh, just standing there yelling. I'm like, well, and I got mad at him. I got mad at my friend eventually. I was like, dude, he's telling you to go outside. Stop making a scene. Go outside and fight him. If you're gonna like fight him, do it.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. And so he just kept yelling and yelling. And then I eventually I was annoyed with it, and I got him in a headlock. And I brought him to this room where no one was, because I think I brought up how like when you're away from people, like all that shit, kind of all that like ego and whatnot just disappears because no one's watching you.
Yeah.
So I brought him to this room, and I was like, dude, you're fucking embarrassing me. Like, chill the fuck out, dude. And he's like, oh, that guy bumped him. I'm like, yeah, but you could have gone outside and fought him over it, but you didn't. He's out there waiting right now. Go do it.
But like, who gives a fuck
Right.
if somebody bumps into you?
He shouldn't be flipping out about it anyway. It's so irritating.
Had a guy at the bar yesterday, like, came out of the bathroom all like, and I was like, what the don't you dare come sit back at my fucking bar with that type of fucking attitude.
Is y'all?
He was just like, just angry. And I'm like, what the fuck? You just went pee. How bad could it have gone for it to come back and just be, now you're going to ruin my fucking day for it?
Pee-pee come out yellow.
Yeah. So I was like, what fucking, and he's like, some dude shoved the door and it almost hit me in the face. And I was like, The motherfucker was on the opposite side of the
It's-
door. Why are you walking with your head first?
It's really crazy how
Like-
fragile people can be about
Oh
that.
my
Like,
gosh.
especially macho guys, how fragile they are with some things.
Dude.
I've seen some very fine lines. Like there was a guy. There's a fine line. There was a guy at the bar. He was in a club and he had his helmet in the bar. Cool dude. And another guy who was really fucked up and on some drugs, I think, came over and like tried to talk to him like as friends, but he's like, "Hey man, nice helmet," and I was like, "Yeah, that's just someone you just don't
touch a biker's helmet."
Yeah,
no.
I know, but it's like someone's property, and he slapped it like that. That's just like, don't touch my shit. That's different.
Yeah.
That's like poking my bubble a little bit.
I can understand don't touch anybody's shit.
But that
But,
being
like,
said,
To watch out more because like you should be inferior of me because I'm on a bike.
I think it was handled in a little more excessive way than it should have been. Like the guy whose helmet it was, he was like, "Hey, don't fucking touch my helmet." I was like, okay, like just say, "Hey, don't touch my helmet."
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, it's just so extra. It doesn't have to be so extra.
Yeah.
And then if you would have been like, "Don't touch my helmet," and he was like this, and he did it, okay, then now you can pummel him. I don't give a shit. Then now he's being disrespectful.
Yeah.
But,
What time is it?
3:09. I think we got 10 more minutes. I just remembered the time this time.
Oh.
This coffee's doing work for me. Would you ever ride a motorcycle? Get your own?
No,
No.
I don't. Like, I went through the stage where I'm like, oh, dudes on bikes are hot. And then I wanted to get on the back of a bike. And then I fell one time. A dude threw me off
Thanks.
on accident.
Yeah. Nice. Get off.
You never know. Some of my exes are fun.
Just elbows in the face.
I'm
oh,
over
fuck.
But, and then I tried to get back on, like, with a few of my friends. But I'm really scared of other drivers.
Oh, yeah.
So I kind of don't believe in them at all anymore because I'm starting to lose more friends on bikes than.
Yeah.
So it's not worth it to me anymore.
This is a pretty rough town
for even
traffic-wise.
Like I kind of am super against them at this point where I'm like, well, I understand the free feeling, but
it
not at the cost of your life.
I know less people, or I know, how do I word this? The amount of people I know that haven't been on in an accident on bikes is like very, very, very small compared to the people I do know. Like almost everyone I know.
Like everybody says, like if you fall, just get back up. And you're,
Yeah, well, yeah.
And like there's
even
been
minor
friends,
crashes, but like big ones. Like
there's been friends that have been like in big ones and still.
Yeah, my
like
roommate
a month later.
My roommate
then
almost
like,
died on his
his.
But see, okay, here's the thing, and I'm not saying like this. Just if you don't do sports tricks, you're never gonna get in an accident. But a majority of
I'm sure
the accidents I've heard, the biker was doing something they probably shouldn't have been.
I'm sure there's more chances that drivers or bikers are hit by just everyday driving
100%
than reckless,
but the
tricks.
majority of horror stories I've heard, the biker was doing something they probably should have been more cautious. Like my roommate, he had a sports bike. It wasn't a Harley. It was a little, meant for doing shit. And he was doing a wheelie, and something went wrong, and he wrapped himself around a pole. And then I had another friend who was doing the same, I think a wheelie also, and he just wasn't paying attention, got hit by a car. Like, it's always like, or there was another one where the guy was going in between, and here, that's illegal here. In California, it's legal, but here it's illegal. Going between the cars.
Yeah.
And he just, swiped one the wrong way, and doing that on a Harley is fucking, going between the cars. What's that called? It's called something when you go between the cars to get to the front.
Riding the line?
Maybe. But doing that on a Harley, I don't have a Harley, but I have ape hangers on my bike, and I like looked at it once, and I was like, I would never. You have to be so precise. Mm-hmm. A sports bike, yeah, I'd probably do it, but no, that's scary. I don't know how people like gain the courage to do that kind of shit.
No. I'd get a trike.
I
feel like that's safer.
Well, yeah. Would I ever get a trike? I don't know if I'd get a trike. I thought about it
Like,
once.
if I could get a trike and ride around with like,
I just-
Bone and, like, that'd be fun.
I thought about it once before I got my bike, and now I have my bike, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do a trike. I like
But I
the
would,
two
like,
wheels.
want, like, a smaller... Like, my roommate has one, and it's, like... He's like, it can go 250 miles
Oh, yeah,
an
those
hour,
things-
And I'm like, I don't need that.
The
I
one
want,
reason
like,
I'd really, really want one is because those things are built for travel.
Yeah.
You could...
Like, that would be fun to, like, go...
Oh, yeah, because they're huge. And
Mm-hmm.
but I've seen...
You could pack snacks on them, too. a little
Yeah.
better.
Oh, yeah, it's like a almost like a car. Like, it's just... It's a big-ass bike. I do know people, though... the guy who sold me my bike, actually, his bike is built like a fucking... It's a two-wheel. It's not a trike. But he built that fucking thing up like a Cadillac. It's got like these big ass speakers on the side.
Oh, really?
Huge fucking saddlebags, and he travels with it, and it's comfy like it's like one of these seats. Like, it's fucking comfy, dude. It's crazy. He's a big ass dude, so it makes sense that he has all this big ass shit on it. But that's too much. But that would be a great travel bike. But for me, it's heavy as fuck. When I bought the bike, he's like,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, damn, look at this bike. He's like, yeah, try to lift it, try to get on it and lift it. And I was like, yeah, fuck, it's so much fucking shit on it. It's, my bike has like nothing on it.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. But yeah, I'll probably do a trike when I get older, just for travel.
I think I'm gonna buy a van.
I want a big car like that too.
DIY it to make it and like put a bed in it and set up like a little. So
I would
can
love
go,
to do that.
Yeah.
I want to get like a bus. Like
Yeah,
a
that's kind
short
of what I'm
bus.
gonna do. I've been looking at them recently, and I'm like, oh.
That would be so
on
fucking
my days
cool.
off, just fuck it, I'm gonna go camping in Utah or wherever the fuck I want.
Two of my friends who come to the bar, they were telling me stories, and I don't know if they still do it, but they had a bus, it wasn't quite as short as a short bus, but it wasn't like a normal size bus. It was like right in the middle, and someone welded a little top hatch on it, so like a sleeping cabin on top.
Nice.
And one of them would like wake up and be like, call the other one, be like, hey, you want to go to New York from here? You want to go to New York? Yeah, let's go. And he'd pick them up, and they'd just drive to fucking New York.
That's literally what I'm planning with my.
They were just a round trip
to work,
for fuck it.
and then I'm just gonna go play.
Yeah, and they would like pick up hitchhikers on the way, and they would stop whenever they ran out of gas. They'd stop at the town, get some little side jobs or panhandle or whatever, fill up their tank, go to the next one until they run out of gas. That sounds fucking rad.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about like picking up my burlesque again and like just work that for gas all the way.
So I have like a plan. If everything goes to shit and like I just lose all my jobs and like my house or whatever, I would do that. I would get some sort of vehicle that meant really good for, or any vehicle really. If someone wanted to go with me, I'd get a bigger vehicle, but I'd probably get a van too and put it.
Do you think this is like our influence from like being around train hoppers and stuff
Yes,
like that?
100%.
Is that like
Yeah.
Okay.
Because my
Or
friends,
is this normal?
Well, my friends I was just talking about told me stories, and I was like, dude, it totally turned me on to it. I was like, fuck yeah, I would love to do that. So if I ever lost everything, I would get like a van or something, and I would just go until I found a place I really liked.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm like, I just need to see more shit.
Yeah.
And I need to be around like different people. Like I want to, like I feel like I've picked all the brains here. I'm ready to pick more brains somewhere else. Like I want to study more people. I want to go to like Walmart
see
and
more
fucking
things.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Walmart in New Mexico. Let's see what those people are doing, like real life.
I've lived here all my life, and I could like. There's almost this entire fucking city I know it like the back of my hand almost.
Yeah.
And that's starting to become like depressing almost. It's like I went to Utah, and it's Utah. There's nothing crazy, but I went to Utah and I was like, oh
yeah, yeah.
Look at all this new shit. Whoa.
That's how I am about everything.
So I need to like, and California too, but California actually, Utah doesn't feel much different from here.
Dude, my ex used to make fun of me. He's like, I just like to take you places because you're just excited to be around new things.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, they do this on this side of town or this over here. Oh.
It's like, even just taking like, even the road trip itself, like not getting to the place, but the trip.
Did you see
I love
that
road
mountain?
trips.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love just,
I
like that exists. That's out here.
Yeah, I'm craving that hardcore right now. I was going to go freaking hiking, and then the Mount Charleston was on fire.
Fuck it.
No.
Fuck it, dude. You're on fast enough. You're good. Fire's slow. It's actually
Why do you feel like burning me so bad today?
It's actually insane how quick fire can spread.
Yeah.
I was what did I see? It was like a documentary on the California fires because they get one like every fucking year. Those things sprint. Mm-hmm. Fires sprint. Like there was just a video of one of the like big lines of fire. It was like literally going that fast. Like I was like, what the fuck? That's actually terrifying if you saw fire just coming at you like that.
No. No, thank you.
Oh, did we talk about how I wanted to go to Japan on the podcast?
I think so.
Well, I really want to go to Japan, and guess who might be going to Japan next year?
Oh.
I found out. A friend of mine travels, and they get like discount on flights and stuff for their work, and they can bring people with those discounts, and so.
Oh, fun!
I will lose my fucking mind if I get to go to Japan.
That's cool.
Holy fuck! Like, for that to be like, I've been to Hawaii, but I was like 7.
Yeah.
So I don't really count it. And then I've been to California and Utah and Texas and Washington and shit, like all West Coast. But for my first like real travel experience to be Japan.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That I feel like that will spark something inside me.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
To want to like really invest in traveling more. I've been trying to live along the whole spending my money on experiences other than items philosophy.
Yeah, I tried that
I'm going
too.
well. I'm just going, even if it's here in Vegas and I just trying to go out and do things more. Like,
yeah.
Not just drinking and getting drunk. Like I want to go do shit. Like I like rock climbing and I want to go laser tagging again. I haven't been laser tagging in a long time.
Oh, that's fun. I'm gonna start doing Krav Maga.
Ooh, I want to take I think we're gonna do boxing.
See, I was trying to figure out which one I want to do because I was like gonna just do UFC because they have the UFC training thing, and I'm like, I kind of don't want my face to get fucked up. So,
fuck it.
I'm not trying to be a fighter. Like I'm just trying to like get some of my my wrestling things that I like to get out in a like healthy manner.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it'd be a good outlet.
It. That's so I was thinking jiu-jitsu, but then I'm like, I think Krav Maga is gonna be perfect for me.
I would love to go to another country and learn.
Oh, that'd be badass.
Like an actual in Thailand they have Pencot Salat, I think it's called. Pencot Salat. It's in one of one of the main fighting styles in one of my favorite movies, and I was like, I like looked it up, and there's this little series of these guys who went to like a temple and learned like legitimately like fresh off the boat from America, went to the temple and learned everything, and they actually have like sparring matches out there and shit.
Oh, cool.
That sounds rad. That would be so. Thailand is another one I'd like to go to, even though it's a little more.
I have like the weirdest. See, I used to really want to go to Thailand, and then I hate Thailand for some weird reason now.
Do you?
Yeah. Well, like I'd like to go.
Yeah, I'd like to go.
Just for like Thai massages for a week.
I just want to see stuff. And, I feel like it's way more.
There's a lot of the weirdness. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I would never want to go to Bangkok though. Bangkok is scary.
Why? Those lady boys?
Well, yes, but that's like one of isn't it like one of the leading crime capitals of the world? Like it's just like it's like a huge criminal underground, I think.
Oh really?
I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. It's just like that and like anywhere in Mexico just freaks me out.
I would really like to go to Mexico.
I've seen too many snuff films.
It is, yeah, it's a little scary.
It's just scary. It is. Yeah. It's scary now. It's ugh.
Thanks to our
honestly like the cartel scares me more than than terrorists do.
Really? I think like our country's making such an ass of ourselves that it's like they're not making it seem like we're friends. So I don't want to like stir it up by being
it's all a bunch of
sex trafficked.
Oh God, being
by El Chapo, you know?
Oh, that's insane that shit happens. Yeah. being trafficked would blow ass.
Probably, literally.
Blow. What kind of drugs do they pump you with? Just everything? What
Sure
do they
don't-
pump you with? I never asked that. Like what like sedatives and shit? Just like
They don't.
like well, if you get sex trafficked, they drug you the fuck up and like.
Oh, it's probably just a basic like date rape in a bar. You're out.
Well, I'm talking
Somebody
like.
carries you the fuck out of the bar, and then you come to.
Well, no, I'm talking about like the drug. I mean the sex traffic rings that like keep the girls and like sell them to like.
What do you? They're not drugged. They're probably getting abused.
I think they're drugged. I'm pretty
They're
sure they're
probably
heavily
getting
drugged
abused
and
and
abused.
raped
Well, yeah,
on
of
a
course.
different level to where you're scared to leave.
Yikes.
I used to think like legitimately it was insane that like girls could stay with a dude that could do these things that were like, oh, like just leave, until like I actually put myself in that position that I was so scared to leave, until I was like, well, I'm either gonna die with him or die without him because he's gonna kill me if I leave. That I'm like,
Yeah.
there's no win in this story, which I left, and luckily it worked out. But like I can understand that fear of just like, somebody else, because of like a personal organ that comes out of your body, a dick, has so much control over you because your emotions are behind your own body,
Yeah. God, that sucks.
But you know what? Like, I honestly feel like if there wasn't these super, super darknesses of the world, people wouldn't really understand it. Because we push ourselves to such a limit, I feel like, just mentally as humans. We don't want to see the signs before it gets there. Whether it's this situation or drinking. We know where it's going downhill.
Right.
But like,
I don't know if everyone does. I feel like a big part of like
because it's still fun, it's still new, and like
Yeah.
it's a certain type of.
Well, I feel like a big part of being stuck in a situation like that or getting too deep into like drinking or drugs is like you don't notice something's wrong for the most part until it's too late.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Because
Like-
these vices or whatever you want to call them, they're all filling the voids of your own insecurities in certain ways, or the own parts of love that you haven't gave yourself yet,
Yeah.
or it's masking to like really look at that part of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. That's deep. I don't know. That's like a really like deep, like just everyone's different. So it's like I want to say stuff about it, but I only have my own personal experiences,
Yeah.
like my whole drinking fiasco, and that's all I could say is just I didn't know really. I was like, because I did it. I've told this before. I did it after my 4-year relationship and all that shit
Yeah.
happened. And so what you said about like you're masking something or you're trying to like fill a void was absolutely true. That's true.
But like people that are like perfectly content with their lives aren't getting blackout.
Right.
So you're obviously filling some sort of
Right.
void that you're not personally giving to yourself.
What did people? Huh. How long is like? What did people do before like any drugs or anything? Then like before like any like releases.
I'm sure there's always been something.
Think so?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
like a caveman had a bad day.
I'm sure there's always been.
You think he like
Yeah.
he just smoked some literal like rock on the ground and just like
I'm sure he found something, ate some sort of plant.
I wonder what the first drug ever
licked a
discovered
tree that made him feel funny. Mushrooms. There's
Huh.
shit that's
Oh,
natural,
mushrooms,
that's
yeah.
been in the ground
Mushrooms, yeah.
forever.
You're right.
We're all trying to escape. That's literally the only reason why they're there,
That's true.
is an escape method. And then we found like health reason why that there's certain things that you can make out of it through herbal care.
It's still, I mean, it's an old. This is an old argument. It's an old fucking, but it still blows my mind that cigarettes are a thing. Honestly,
It is
It's an old dead horse to
almost
beat, but it
embarrassing
really
that I
is.
still smoke.
I mean, like, just that they're like.
But it's becoming so rare that there's other smokers that I'm becoming one of the like.
And it's
really,
funny.
we gotta wait for you outside the fucking restaurant after we get out.
I hate it.
Yeah.
It's
I
funny too.
notice those things now.
It's funny too that they keep they're trying to come out with these substitutes for it, and some of them are worse than just smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Like hookah for everyone.
Well, hookah's been a tradition.
Yeah, but
forever.
it really became a thing 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like really, really, really became a thing, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah." I remember a lot of people told me, "Oh yeah, I do it instead of smoking." And
I think. Do you know what I honestly think with
way
the whole
worse.
hookah thing? I think. You know how like hummus got popular. I think the white people, the like exciting hipsters, found the cool hookah and made it a trend like hummus.
Oh yeah, it's very trendy.
But it's like
exactly
a
what
Turkish
it is.
tradition.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's
just
been
trendy here
around way longer than
Right.
we've even,
But in the
before
last 10
cigarettes.
years here in America,
Yeah.
it's been a very trendy
And
thing.
hookah's actually not.
And then now it's vaping and Juuls.
You know what? They work though a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm almost at this point where like I've almost been smoking for 15 years. And that's scary.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary for me.
I think I smoked cigarettes for a year. I was like, I'm good. When I had my whole purge of drugs, that was one of them too. I was like, I'm good.
Yeah, like by the end of the year, I want to completely quit.
Yeah.
But like, there's so many weird, like the patches and
Yeah, there's a lot of weird.
they give you
the nicotine
fucking
gum.
weird ass dreams.
Oh really?
Oh my god.
Do they really?
Yeah. Like nightmares.
It's just the shit you put in your arm, right? What does it do? Does this shit
like
just
too much nicotine at one time that it like over? I don't know what it does.
What is it? Yeah.
But
I never
Chantix
understood
does the
those.
same thing that other non-smoking pills. So I'm like, I don't want to have nightmares for fucking 6 months to quit smoking.
Yeah, that's why I don't really do any like this. These pills I have, I'm getting over a sickness right now, and this is like, I had a really fucking bad headache. I have never had a headache as bad as I had the other day from the weather change. I will normally just let those wear off, but it was so bad that I normally never take medication for anything. I just normally let it wear off. But this is like the one and only time I've ever like taken medication for when I'm sick.
That's how it was for me on Thursday night.
Other than that, I kind of just let it happen.
I actually had to take something too.
I'm really scared of growing, like, not an addiction. I guess, yeah, like an addiction to,
pills.
like, oh, I need those or, you know.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't like to take anything. But I have a very addictive personality, so I feel like it's justified.
I don't think I do.
I just like everything to an extreme. Everything. Good, bad, all of it.
I don't, because like I said, I quit cigarettes and all that shit cold turkey at once.
That's impressive, but I think that's what I'm gonna have to do because nothing else is looking. But I'm like scared I'm gonna snap.
I had a really, really good reason to though, like a really, really when I almost died, I had a really strong
urge
incentive, you know, like, but even like with alcohol, I like to drink alcohol.
Yeah.
I drink a lot, but I haven't had a drink in a week, and I'm not like panicking. I'm fine. I drink when I want to, not because I feel like I have to.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've ever really been.
I feel though like I'm the same way with that,
but
then I feel like if I get too deep in the I want to's keep coming. Like I'm never like, okay, now let's go back to a month sober.
Right.
It'd be like, all right, well, I just won't drink for 2 days and then back up to party. You know?
I think I was a little addicted to porn for a little bit, honestly. I just
but
does that? I mean, yeah, it counts.
Yeah, it does count, I guess.
It's just like
it shouldn't count. I don't want it.
Well, okay, because that was one of those things where it helps me sleep, right? And so, and that's still a tradition every night before bed. It does. It really actually does. Just puts my mind at ease. Yeah. But there was a point in time for like a month where I just like my shit looked like a raisin by the end of the month. It was so abused. Like I don't know what it was. It was just like every day I was like.
But say if you did that without porn. Is it still
I
a
don't.
problem?
I think if porn wasn't there, I wouldn't have happened.
Really?
Nope.
But I don't think but just say it did. Is it a problem then? Or were
Me
you
jerking
just,
off,
or
or
you just loving yourself all day and it's okay because it's kind of healthy?
Oh, I don't think
So
anything
is
was
porn-
wrong with it. I just think I was like, oof, like I need to chill out.
Yeah.
Like,
Because that will happen.
I don't.
To
It
me
was just
sometimes I'll masturbate too much to where I'm like, oh shit, like bitch,
yeah, just like
your glit's gonna fall off.
right. Like I think the most I did in one day was 6 times, and it like not 24 hours, like 6 times within 6 hours.
Oh yeah.
And I went to work that night. I remember, and like just my dick started feeling like it was bruised, like because I was
Yeah.
I was like walking around, I was like, fuck, dude, like stupid.
That sucks.
Yeah. Okay, we were supposed to end this. We got into that
Yeah.
conversation. We were supposed to end this like 20 minutes ago. Oh fuck. Okay. Thanks. Okay. So like I said, this is episode 13. It's supposed to be 14, but we missed the one. So the next one is technically 15. So technically, the next one, which is our Halloween special and our fan question special, is also going to be our drinking special.
Yeah.
Whew,
And we're
I'm
gonna
really
dress up
fucking
for
excited about that one.
Halloween.
I'm really fucking stoked for that one.
Oh, I'm excited too.
Mainly because my costume isn't anything crazy. You're talking yours up like I'm gonna be like, so I'm stoked. Mine's just gonna be goofy.
Mine's gonna be more artistic.
Mine's just, yeah. Well, you'll see. But yeah. So
See you next week.
tune in for next week when we're fucking slammed.
Yeah, that part.
Fuck me. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.